Hey beautiful people, today I have a review on a home spa instrument. This was kindly sent by my Shui. I will have links to their YouTube as well as their actual website and this exact machine down below. This is something if you're somebody who wants to take personal care, or if you feel that you're going a lot to your esthetician, you feel like you're spending a lot of money, this might be something that you want to invest in. And when they reached out to me, I was super excited because I have actually seen this at my esthetician's place of work or her office where she does her facials and body massages. So I thought that this was a great opportunity for me to try it at home. I will show you guys the instrument in just a second, but I wanted to show you guys what actually you use with it. So they did send me the ones for the body. This is a hot cream and you can use this for the radio frequency, which is the RF, or the vacuum. And you can use this for the gym. I've been using this a lot lately when I go to the gym. I put it just on my tummy area. It kind of really helps warm it up, give a lot. It kind of does, you know, like those creams for working out. That's exactly what this feels like. It has like that warming sensation, helps you kind of really sweat it out. Here it says for sweat, skin toning, firming, deep muscle relaxation, and it feels hot in 20 minutes. It's 87% organic and it feels really, really nice. If you're not into something really feeling warm, you do want to be a little bit cautious as to how much you apply of this, but I really like that warming sensation. And even when my muscles hurt, I'm someone who is like a heating pad freak. This one you're going to be using for the Ultrasound, and this is the Royal Facial Gel. You can find other types of gels just like the hot cream as well online, but that is something that you do want to use depending on which instrument you're going to use. You can find ultrasound gels, different ones available online. So once this one is used up, I might try either thinner or a thicker one depending, because this does dry up pretty fast, so that's just a forewarning. But you want to reapply if it does dry up. So it does come with quite a bit of product, but you can see like in a month I have already used like this amount, and I only have been doing this like twice a week for the last month. So I did use quite a bit of product, and I feel like I'm gonna go through this really fast. And that's something to take note. This isn't something that you're gonna do on a daily basis. I've been doing it like 2 to 3 times a week, depending on my schedule. It's not something that I can do on a daily basis anyway, because it does take some time to actually do it. You wanna spend at least 10 to 15 minutes on each area and using each instrument. So you do wanna take time from your day to actually be able to do this. As far as for the one for the face, I went ahead and purchased this one, which is the one they recommended. I have used this previously and really love this oil. This is the Palmer's Skin Therapy oil, and you use this oil with the RF that's for the face and the eye area. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the instrument looks like. I'll show a little unboxing here to the side because it did come nicely packaged. Everything comes individually wrapped and really nice, so it does take a while to get it all out. It is very simple to put together. You basically put together these side pieces to hold each one of the handles. The instructions are very, very easy to follow, and I had no issues whatsoever setting it up. I will say that the machine itself is rather large. It's probably like maybe 2 feet, like maybe like 18 to 20 inches big. So you do want to have like a designated area for it, or where you're going to be storing it, because you know, you don't want to just like hanging around somewhere all day. So I did find like a place for it, and I'm trying to find like a little table for when I do use it to like put it on that table. So that's just something to keep in mind for when you're going to be using it. And it does come with 2 booklets. It comes with a booklet, which is like the booklet that tells you how to put it all together. And when I put it together, I felt like it was really easy to follow those instructions. And then this one is going to be the one that you really want to keep and really pay attention to, which is the user manual itself. It does tell you what restrictions, who can and can't use this. You don't want to use it like if you have heart disease or pacemakers. You don't want to have hyperthyroidism, epilepsy, severe diabetes, those who are pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if you've had a C-section within half a year, or those who had an abortion within 3 months, or natural delivering within 2 months. Do not use around body implants such as metal, plastic, silicone, and so on. So there are some restrictions, so I would check the website previously before actually purchasing, just in case you have any kind of condition. As with everything, you do want to read like the safety precautions and be cautious as to how to actually use the machine. It also tells you the technical parameters here as well, for the frequencies and power of each one. And let me go ahead and grab the instrument and show you guys the actual machine itself. Here's what the instrument actually looks like. Like I said, it is probably like maybe a little over 12 inches, probably like 18 inches or so. So you do want to have somewhere to put it. It does weigh probably a few pounds, so that's just something to keep in mind. Here in the front, we have the different functions here, and once you turn it on, it'll light up. One button will say like function, one is a start stop button, and one is a mode button here on the bottom. Here on the top, you have the different function selections, so you can pick which one you're going to be using. This here is for the vacuum mode, and you have different varieties of the vacuum mode here, from 0 all the way to 5. And this knob here on the top controls the amount of suction. Here are the actual different instruments. This one is for the vacuum. This one is for ultrasound, and these are for radio frequency RF. We have one for the body, one for face, and one for the eye area. And these all light up. You can definitely feel them when you're using them. Even the ultrasound, you will be the only one who can hear it, but you'll hear a kind of like a beep, like a kind of sound when you are using it. That way you know you are really using it effectively. Each one of these have very long cables, so you can extend it out quite a bit. Let me just show you guys how long they are. That's going to depend if you're going to use this as a professional or at home. So it's going to depend on how much distance you need. This here does come with little backups to actually have the suction function here. So this is what helps the vacuum actually have that vacuum. Here is the actual on-off button. So we do have an on-off button here in the back. And here is the power supply, and then all of these have their own, it'll show you which one's which, and you can actually plug these in. They plug in really nicely and really sturdy. And I will be showing videos here to the side of me actually using each one of the treatments. Let's start off with RF. RF is a radio frequency, and it helps produce collagen. It helps with saggy skin, and I really have been using it a lot in my tummy area. I've seen such an improvement where I had my son, my little fupa, where my belly button is, especially. I feel like that has become just such a great like more firm area. My belly button has been through it. I first had to have my gallbladder removed, and they took it out through the inside of my belly button, and after that my belly button just did not look the same, and I just felt like it looked a little bit more saggy. I did have a belly button ring done when I was like, I want to say 19, and that hole, just a forewarning if you want it, that hole will never close. Like if you keep wearing the belly ring for years, it's gonna get to a point where it never closes no matter what. I have not had an like a ring in there for a long time, and it never closed. So lately I've been putting rings in there just to keep it clean, but it will not close. And I feel like that area sometimes can get a little saggy, and I feel like the RF has definitely made it more firm and look a lot better. And it looks like my old belly button used to look. So between having my gallbladder removed and having my son and having that skin stretch, I felt like my belly button wasn't as cute as it used to be, and I really feel like this has helped really firm up that skin in that area and really produce that collagen to get it like firming. And what it says here is that you should be able to see improvement within a week. Even some people will see improvement the day they start using it. It says skin collagen tissue is heated and then contracts, and you can obviously feel the sensation of skin being tightened. RF works to stimulate subcutaneous tissue to promote collagen regeneration. So this is really good if you have any kind of sagging skin that you want to work on. This can only be used in certain areas, so that's just something to account for. It can be used in your belly area, your thighs, arms, and face and eye area. There are certain areas that you do not or cannot use it in, so that's just something to keep in mind, that you do want to do research beforehand. And if I find a list of the areas that you can't use, I will put it across the screen just for your own insight. But I really enjoy these, even for the body, for the face. I'll show different videos here on the side of actually using them on there. And even for like the face, I won't say like, wow, I've seen like a huge improvement in my face, because to be honest with you guys, I don't feel like my face is at a point where it's super saggy where I'm gonna notice. But I am somebody who, anything I can do for prevention, I am down for. So anything that's going to help, you know, just naturally help, you know, kind of stimulate collagen, I rather do instead of like invasive surgery or injectables. I have really been a person who's been really focused on skincare, about going to my esthetician. I try to go like at least every other month to her to really clean my face, clean my pores, really keep my skin really nicely, and really avoid the sun as well. So I have been on it when it comes to taking care of my skin. I do use different instruments on my face. I have the New Face and a few other brands, and so this one is just adding to more prevention when it comes to you know, like helping build collagen, help keeping my skin youthful. And I love the fact that it has not only the one for the face, but around the eye area, which is something that I didn't have, is something specifically for this eye area. It's one of my most troubling areas, and I feel it's one of the places where you see aging the most right away, is like this eye area. Because there is no concealer that's going to cover your wrinkles. Like, it helps with under eye circles, but nothing can cover texture. And if you have texture, there's nothing for that. So I really love the fact that I can use this in the eye area. And another thing that I really like about this little booklet is that it actually kind of guides you. So it does kind of guide you and show you which way to use it, so you don't feel like lost as far as how to actually use this on your face. So here is the one for the face, and here's for the eye area. And basically what it's telling you is to do like little circle motions, which you're gonna see me doing in the video to the side. It also has a troubleshooting in here, so if there's anything that's not working, it kind of helps you troubleshoot it as well. As far as the ultrasound goes, that one is 40K. That's the one that is flat on the top. You'll see a video of me actually using here to the side. Likewise, here in the booklet, it shows you how to actually go about doing it. It tells you like recommendations as far as like to do this one 15 minutes, then this one, what kind of different movements that you're going to be doing and which way to do them. And you can use certain ones like on your arm, belly, back, and leg. It does kind of tell you which instruments can be used where. So you will see that the ultrasound can be used on your leg, arm, and belly, but not on your back. And what the ultrasound really does is that it helps rupture fat cells. It's supposed to help like metabolize them through your lymphatic system, and then you go ahead and release it through your waist. They do recommend for you to be at a, you know, like obviously when you're trying to get in shape, you want to try to watch what you eat, but you don't necessarily have to be on a diet to use this. Another thing to keep in mind that I did say when I was holding the machine is that you will experience what they call tinnitus, and that is like a ringing in the ear. You'll hear like a when you're using the ultrasound, but that is just natural when it comes to using as something as ultrasound. What they say here is that it's a high frequency vibration, so it goes deep into the skin fat layers, and it produces like such a high intensified speed of friction among the fat cells, so it heats and dissolves this, and so then you can feel the sensation of tinnitus. So that's just something normal, and it's also a good cue whether you're using it properly or not. Another thing is that this basically has no side effects on human. I don't use this on a daily basis. Like I said, I use it 2 to 3 times a week, so maybe my progress isn't as fast as other people, but I don't mind that. But basically what it's doing is that it only targets the low density fat cells but leaves high density tissue like your blood vessels. The only thing with this is that there are certain areas, like I said previously, that you do not want to use it on. You want to focus on your arms, belly, legs, basically when it comes to the ultrasound, and only those areas. They do give a forewarning here that if you were to, for example, use these high frequency sound waves in certain areas, for example, like your eye, you can actually lead to retinal detachment. So that is how high the frequency is. So you do only want to use it in the areas indicated. So as far as the vacuum goes, it does kind of really feel suction, like you can feel the suction, so you do want to be careful and work your way up as far as the suction. They do have different modes available as well, so let's just see some way, like you have to read through them and see which one is the one that you want. A lot of times you can use this vacuum to help with production of oxygen in your skin. It's going to help with the production of like oxygen to help with the waste removal as well. I feel like this is really good for those muscle areas as well because of the suction and heat all in one. And the suction, because it's like grabbing the skin, it's going deeper into the layer as well. I will list some of the benefits of the vacuum, including like blood circulation, etc. here to the side if you're curious. I will say that I feel like since using this, I do have like really normal, like better bowel movements, and that's just something to take into account. There are some people that like every time they use it have a movement, but that's just going to depend on each person themselves and, you know, and your body. And I will be posting before and after pictures here to the side. Like I said, I have been using this 2 to 3 times a week. It's going to depend on your schedule and how much time you have available to actually do this. But I do feel like it's really nice. Spa treatments to do cavitation, which is this process on the stomach area and legs and arms, are pretty pricey. I've seen them go up to like almost $80 to $100 per session for an hour. The plus of that is that someone else is doing it to you, but the negative is that it gets pricey. This machine is pretty pricey, but when you come into the perspective of if you're somebody who's going constantly to get these treatments, and like let's say you do a package of 4 treatments for like, I don't know, like $300, that itself is the amount of the actual machine which you can actually do to yourself. So I feel like this is more affordable than actually going through all the treatments with an esthetician, but that's going to depend on each person individually and their budget. I do feel like this is really good if you're somebody who wants to have, and you're like one of those self-sufficient people. I'm one of those people. That's why this really gravitated towards me. And I was so like excited to try it out because I am someone who, if I can do my own nails, if I can do, you know, any kind of thing that I can do myself, I rather do myself. And I just feel like there are certain things that people can do themselves, and I feel like this is a great way of doing like an at-home spa for yourself if you're interested in that. Also, if you're somebody who has a at-home spa, you can also incorporate this machine and use it on your clients as well. So, you know, it's going to depend on what you're going to use it for, but I do feel like it's really good. I have seen quite a bit of results, especially in my belly area with where I had my son, the elasticity of my skin, the firmness in my skin. As far as like the body sculpting, it's a slow process for me. It hasn't been like from one day to another. And I do feel like it is something that I am going to constantly have to keep working on, not only with the machine itself, but also going to the gym, watching my diet, etc. So I just want to put that into perspective, just so that you know that you don't have like false expectations. I want you guys to have real expectations when it comes to the machine. And also it's going to depend on how often you use it, how long you use it for. So obviously the more you use it, the more frequent you use it, the better results you are going to see. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try to put as much information down below if you guys are interested in actually purchasing one or actually seeing what this treatment is about, because I do feel like it is very helpful if you are looking into this type of treatment to know what the benefit of each one is. So I will put that additional information down below. If this was helpful, I'd love for you to give it a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also to Ms. Shui for sending this my way to review. If you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe. It's free. All you gotta do is hit that little red button. I have my social media down below, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.